So when we look at perfect competition in the short run, we're looking at a scenario where we are going to, where we've discussed this earlier, that it is a market structure which is um, a perfect market structure where there are a large number of firms that are in this market, and not only large number of firms are there, so not only sellers are large in number, but also buyers are large in number. So you have a huge amount of sellers and huge number of buyers and sellers both, and that means there is no one with market power. So no buyer and seller have any market power whatsoever. Also importantly, why are there so many firms in the market? And the answer is because there's no barrier to entry and exit. So a lot of firms can enter the market and easily, and if they want to exit, they can also exit easily. Another important factor, which we'll discuss also later on, is this, that buyers and sellers have perfect information about market conditions. What does that mean? So that means basically, if I'm a producer out there, I know exactly how to make the good. There's no trade secret. I know exactly what it takes to make sure that my good can be perfectly identical to another producer. From the consumer perspective, also, I know exactly what the producer is offering. I know the quality, I know the price, I know the features. I know nobody can fool me because everyone has perfect knowledge available. This seems like a very, very harsh kind of a assumption if you look at it from my perspective, because it's really hard to believe that people will have perfect knowledge, but that is something which is what we assume in this case. Also, along with perfect knowledge, there is also another assumption we have, is that firms in this market basically are not in competition with each other. While we call this to be perfect competition, and there is competition, but let's say if I'm a producer and let's say Zainab is also a producer, if Zainab sells five more units than me, or sells even 30 more units than me, it doesn't really take affect my market because there are tons and tons of buyers and sellers in the market. So there's no need for any firm to worry about the fact that someone is selling more and so on and so forth. So there's so many buyers, so many sellers, nobody needs to worry about it. An important thing where we talk about the last time as well, that in perfect competition, firms are price takers, and price taker basically means that the market price, which comes from the market force of demand supply, will be the price that will be charged by firms. So firms are not setting their own price, and they can sell us as much as they want based on market going price. So I want to put that in words, and let's write some of the assumptions. So I want you guys to copy these assumptions that we just talked about. Number one is that firms are price takers, which means market price is determined through the market forces of demand and supply. Number two is there's no freedom of entry and exit, which means, I mean, there is freedom of entry and exit, which means there's no barrier to entry. The third one is firms produce identical goods, which means homogeneous. And last one is buyers and sellers have perfect knowledge. Okay, can we copy this quickly? Let me know when you get done with copying it. Okay, and let me get a glass of water quickly. Okay, are we good to move on? Vincent and everyone, are we good to move on?
Here we are.
Okay, guys. Now, from this knowledge, let's look at profit in the or short-run profitability, because ultimately we've been talking about that the firm in perfect competition is what we call a profit maximizer. So, what do we mean by profit maximizer? So, when you look at profit maximization, we look at this scenario. I want you guys to copy this too. So if you are perfect competition in the short run, you can make supernormal profit, you can make normal profit, and you can make economic loss. Okay, can we copy this? When we make supernormal profit, price is greater than ATC and MC is equal to MR. When we make normal profit, price is less equal to ATC, and when we make economic loss, price is less than ATC. Make sense, guys? Are we good? So So can you copy this now? Now, when you look at economic loss, there are two scenarios, guys. Economic loss has two scenarios. One is basically you could, when you make an economic loss, when you make economic loss, when you make economic loss, you can have two scenarios, and I want to talk about this. Are we good to move on? Okay, guys, when you make economic loss, we can either continue to produce or shut down. What's the condition for continuing to produce? And just an important table to remember. If your price is greater than AVC, we haven't talked about AVC ever, but when we are making a loss, we'll consider what my AVC is going to be. And I'll discuss this in a detailed class tomorrow. But when your price is greater than AVC, we will continue to produce. But when your price is less than AVC, we'll shut down. Why does it happen? We'll talk about this later. But this is something which we need to remember. So can we make this table? You guys are very, very quiet right now. So I wonder what is happening. Dua, Arwa, Fatma, Hajra, you guys are with me? Umair, Chalo, as long as you guys are listening to me. Okay, awesome. So yeah, so far so good. So we'll talk about this in a. Sorry, I just erased it by mistake. Uh, sorry, guys. Uh, so what I'm saying is this, that we'll talk about this scenario of shutdown and all that later. But right now, I want to talk about basically. I want to recap on the diagrams for these three scenarios. These three. Okay, I want to recap on these three scenarios, and then tomorrow's discussion will focus here. Am I good to move on? You can say move on if I want you guys to move, want me to move on. If you want me to not move on, say no. Just a minute, okay. Can I'll wait for just a minute. Let me know, Sukana, when you get done copying this, so we can then talk about the three diagrams. Okay, guys. So when we look at the scenario of profitability, um, the first thing we need to remember, and this is a principle we need to remember for a lot of MCQs, and I'm going to draw that diagram, and I want you guys, everyone, to draw it with me. Uh, it's that demand and supply gives us the price from the market. So this is my market, right? And this price is then given to the firm. So P naught is the price the firm is charging. And at P naught is your RMR and is also your AR. Now, if you're a profit maximizer, as we said, you should charge MC equals to MR. So you will charge P naught price, but you will produce Q naught. For you, Q naught is the profit maximizing level of output. Make sense? I'm going to take this information and I'm going to copy it, because irrespective of profit or loss or whatever, this scenario will stay where it is. Okay, I'm going to copy this again. I have the luxury of copying it, which you don't have, which means you have to draw it 3 times. Tough luck. Okay, are we here? So now first we'll make supernormal profit, right? Supernormal profit में क्या होता है? Supernormal profit means that you are making more than your ATC, right? So if this is your ATC at Q naught, if this is where your ATC is, I mean, this is where your price is, your ATC is lower. Something like this. So price is at A, ATC is at B, and you're making a profit equal to this amount. So make a supernormal profit of this amount. Make sense? For a normal profit, the situation will be price to be equal to ATC when MC equals to MR. So our ATC will be here. Remember this, guys, from the older discussion? So you're making a normal profit, economic profit. So your ATC is equal to price. Either price is greater than ATC, but यहाँ पे it's equal. And then if you make a loss, your ATC will be above your price. So your loss is going to be this much. Got it? Does that make sense? Are we good? So this is what I wanted to talk today. Now tomorrow's discussion will be, okay, now that we are making a loss, price is less than ATC and MC is equal to MR. Now that we're making a loss, what can we do? Can we continue to produce or we shut down? In this case, of course, you're happily working, and this is the best case scenario where you make supernormal profit. But the scenario which is going to be worrisome will be the loss scenario, because that is where we need to decide, should we continue to produce or shut down. And that is dependent on where your AVC is. So this is where the AVC comes into play. Got it? Do you guys want to copy these diagrams? Let me zoom it. And then, can we zoom that? Can we draw it, please? Done with Vincent. What about other people? Are you guys drawing it? Yes, I can show the third one, Vincent. Okay, I have done to this point with other students, but it took me a little longer than it has taken here. But so Dua, the answer to this one is this, that if you make a loss, you may still continue to produce because of AVC, average variable cost. I want to talk about that discussion, but if you guys want me to continue, that will be fine. But I have only done this till this point with the other classes, so choice is yours. If you continue, then what will we do tomorrow when we meet in person? The flow is great. Okay, so we can talk about it. Let's just Okay, just have a quick vote. How many of you raise your hand if you want me to continue? Because we have 45 kids. I would want them to. I can continue also, and then कल हम थोड़े से आगे होंगे. कंटिन्यू वाले बच्चे अपने हाथ उठा लें और जो नहीं कंटिन्यू करना चाहते हैं वो चिल करें, कोई मसला नहीं है. Okay. We have such a democratic kind of a system. पढ़ाई के बारे में भी हम डिसाइड कर रहे हैं कि पढ़ना चाहिए नहीं पढ़ना चाहिए आगे. Okay. How about this? How about this? It's 2:30, right? So we have some time. How about we have a 10-12 minute की और discussion करते हैं about short losses. Okay. This will be a win-win for everyone because uh, that will basically mean that we will have we can recap tomorrow and if possible we can do something tomorrow as well. Okay, so guys, let's say you're making a loss. Okay, so your price is here. Okay, this is demand curve. MR is equal to AR is equal to price. Okay, you're making a loss. Okay, this is your marginal cost. So this is what you're making. So now you're thinking, okay, should I continue to produce or not? And let's say the price is $10 right now. Okay, and your ATC is here. Now, the argument we raise, guys, is to understand this is that when your ATC is here, let's say ATC is like $14. What is the economic loss? And the answer is economic loss right now is going to be, let's say Q naught is 100. What is the amount of economic loss am I making, guys? Anyone can tell me that? What's the amount of economic loss? It's going to be $400, right? But what if I tell you guys this, that your AVC is here. AVC is below your price. Okay? And your AVC right now is at, because if you look at Q naught, if you look at Q naught, your AVC is here. So price is at point A, ATC is at point B, and AVC is at point C. And let's say the AVC is equal to, let me write this a little smaller. AVC is $8 and price is $10. In such a case, guys, if I ask you, what is your fixed cost? At Q naught, what is your fixed cost? Anyone? What is my fixed cost? My fixed cost is $6 per unit, or Hamza is saying it right, is $600. So it's going to be ATC minus AVC times 100, which is going to be $600. Now, the problem is this, guys, if you continue to produce, you will make a loss of $400, right? But if you shut down today, how much loss will you make? And the answer is, when you shut down, you will make a loss of equal to, loss is equal to the fixed cost. Why? Because remember, fixed cost is the cost you have to incur irrespective of you make 0 or you make 100. So if you shut down today, you'll make a loss of $600. But if you continue to produce, you will make a loss of $400. So if I ask you guys that, given in this scenario, your price is less than ATC, and that's why you're making a loss, but price is greater than AVC, what should you do? Price is less than ATC, but price is greater than AVC. What should you do? Anyone? We should, very good for us. We should continue producing, because in this scenario, when price is greater than AVC, you covering, we should write this, we should we must continue to produce because price is greater than ABC, which means we cover some part of our fixed cost. What do we call this situation? We are minimizing losses. A loss could be, if I shut down today, is $600, right? At least price is covering some part of my fixed cost. And look at this, guys. This is the part of my fixed cost that is covered. If I zoom this, guys, let me just do this first. If I zoom this right now, this is the part of my, this is the part of my, uh, this is the part of my fixed cost uh, that is covered. Though I'm making a loss. I'm sorry. So your $2, which means economic loss, for instance, this part, if I shut down today, I will be completely taken care of. So this part of my fixed cost is covered. Sorry, I was right. Let me just use the color different. So this part of my fixed cost is covered. Got it? So in the eventuality, guys, when your price is less than ATC, you are making a loss. But because in this scenario, your shutdown cost is your fixed cost. And why shutdown cost is fixed cost? Because this is the cost you have to pay irrespective of whatever. So let's say if you have taken a place for rent and you've paid the rent today that you shut down, you will still have to pay that rent because that's the commitment that you've done. And if you continue to produce and you end up making a smaller loss of 400, you will be uh, saying that at least $200 of my fixed cost is covered. Makes sense? And that is the $200 of my fixed cost covered. How much is the total loss? The total loss is going to be equal to this one right now. But when you shut down, you pay both the white part and the pink part. White is basically gray right now, gray and the pink part. If you continue to produce, you only have to bear with the gray part. Make sense, guys? Are we good? Okay. So when do we shut down then? And the answer is we shut down when price is less than ABC. Are we, can we, are we going to move on? Can we make that diagram then also? Are we done copying this? Is everyone ready to move on to the next diagram? Let's make a loss diagram quickly. Shutdown diagram, in fact. Okay, let's make the shutdown diagram now. So shutdown, when does shutdown happen? We say shutdown happen when the price is so low that price is actually less than ABC, which means neither the, which means basically no part of fixed cost is recovered. Okay, what do we mean by this? Let's see this in a diagram. So demand is equal to MR is equal to AR. MC is here. You're making Q naught. Price is $10. This is my ATC. And let's say ATC is like $14. Okay. So how much is my loss? $4 times 100, $400. But what if my fixed cost, average variable cost is like this? If average variable cost is like this, so right now your AVC is, let's say, $12. Now, guys, what is happening is just that if you shut down today, you will have to pay your fixed cost. So when we shut down, your loss is equal to, economic loss is equal to your fixed cost, which is equal to uh, ATC minus AVC times Q, or 2 times 100, or $200. But if you continue to produce, what will happen then? If you continue to produce, then your price has to be greater. I'm sorry, if you continue to produce, uh, then you will have a loss of P minus ATC times Q, which is going to be 10 minus 14 times 100, or $400. So what do we do, guys? If you continue to produce, your loss is going to be uh, this much plus this much. Isn't that true, guys? So what are we going to do? We're going to shut down exactly, Sahil, because your price is less than AVC. So no part of fixed cost is recovered. So rather than continue to produce, you'll be like, you know what? I rather shut down, because if I shut down, I'm going to only end up spending $200. But agar banaoge, if you make the good, your loss is much more. It's $400. So the lesson that we learned today is this, that if the price is greater than AVC, you should. So total loss is going to be uh, no, total loss is 400 uh, if you produce. Atma, total loss is only going to be P minus ATC times Q. Okay, so P is 10, ATC is 14, so your loss is going to be 4 times 100, or $400. But अगर आपने कहा कि अगर आपने नहीं प्रोड्यूस किया या आउटपुट, और आपने बोला नहीं यार दुकान बंद कर दो, let's just shut the shop, then you will only be paying your fixed cost, which is $200. Make sense? Are we good? Fatma, did you answer the question? Are we happy? Okay. And total loss is going to be, in short, total loss can never exceed more than your fixed cost. Why? Because if it does, you shut down. Make sense, guys? Total loss can never exceed more than fixed cost, because if it does, you will shut down. So you will never let it happen. The maximum loss that you can make is your fixed cost. You should not produce if you're not covering uh, any part of your fixed cost. Okay, so that's it for today, guys. Thank you very much. It was a useful class. I think it was good that we did not stop and we continue to teach. It's getting a little scratchy, but it's okay. Do you have any questions? Other hard copies, I think they're available on the store. Mehmood, okay, sure. The rest of you can go, guys. Thank you very much. Sahil, let me ask Raza about this. Right. Okay, guys. Bye bye. Mahmood, are you done?